Hey, amazing beings. Hi. It is Friday, and guess what time it is? We never know what time it's going to be at, but now is the time for Free and Clear Fridays with me, Dr. Sarah. So I'm so happy you're joining me, and I'm so grateful to be here as usual. And I wonder what we're going to explore today, discover today, create today together by getting clear, right? Getting clear of the week, of anything that's been heavy, of anything that's come in where it's been a limitation, and beyond. Because we also look at other things here like specific topics, it's fun to explore. So again, welcome. And if it's now or in the future, here we are together. So anyway, wow, what a week, right? It's been pretty interesting out there in the world of this reality. It always keeps us on our toes, doesn't it? So I wonder, everything that brings up as I say that to you, let's go ahead and clear anything that's heavy. And we're going to use the clearing technique of everything that is, right and wrong, good and bad, pon poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And the clearing is really here to allow for more space, more ease, and possibilities as we clear out some of this heaviness. And someone was actually just calling me as I was going on live and left a message. So clearing out anything that is not serving us. So the clearing statement is part of this amazing systematic tool called Access Consciousness, and you can find a description of the clearing tool or the clearing statement actually, on my website. I will include it in the link when this lands on IGTV, so you'll be able to find it there. So, what has been going on for you this week? What has been showing up? Is it even yours? What are you picking up off of other people, places, spaces, the world? So everything that brings up, everywhere that you're picking up on so much around you, thinking it's yours when it's not, or making it yours even if it does belong to something else or someone else. Let's destroy and uncreate all that now, please. Right and wrong, good and bad, pon poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. There's this interesting awareness that I'm aware of in this moment for us to explore today. And it has to do with making things significant. It also has to do with bringing things into form and structure in a way that limits us. Now, in this reality functions superbly well in form, structure, and significance. It's where it thrives. However, when we actually get into that and get stuck in a significance, in a form or structure, it gets really heavy. For example, anything that we make significant, it could be a job, it could be a person, it could be a relationship. We now add to it anywhere we believe it's supposed to be, as well as what it's not supposed to be. And you will be constantly volleying between the two of going from making it a certain way or not a certain way, which keeps you limited and stuck in the way. So like your significant other, if you're like, well, I expect and this may not be something you say out loud, but in your head, I expect my girlfriend or boyfriend to understand how I feel. Now that you have something like that, let's say it's an automatic thought or feeling, emotion that kind of is in there. Anytime they don't match what you feel and or don't reflect back to you what that is, you will now go into some form of resistance around it. Like, oh, but they should know. Or all of a sudden now you're in that space where they're not being a certain way that you need them to. That's a huge setup to be in suffering and to be in overwhelm and to be angry and resentful. So everything this brings up, and anywhere you can relate to this, let's destroy and uncreate it all. Right and wrong, good and bad, pon poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyond. So that's where when we make something significant, we give it such a charge. And then we have expectations of what that's supposed to be. Then we limit it. We limit ourselves, we limit the possibility of something coming in greater, and we also get stuck in suffering, like I said earlier. So everywhere you've been doing significance, let's now destroy and uncreate it all. Right and wrong, good and bad, pon poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And it's a really sneaky one, because all of a sudden you'll be like fine, and then that person, let's say, in this case we've been talking about a person, shows up and does something, and you're just like, I love this person so much, but I hate it when blah, blah, blah. Because somewhere along the way, it's become significant what they do or what they don't do, rather than, oh, well, that's an interesting point of view. They're doing that. I'm going to allow that, whatever that is, and now I'm going to choose something else. Now we're getting somewhere. So anything that won't allow you to be in the allowance of others without significance, let's destroy and uncreate it all. Right and wrong, good and bad, pon poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. So ideally, believe it or not, actually it's in our best interest, let me say it this way, to make others in our world insignificant, like our insignificant other. And how much fun could that be? By making them insignificant, which sounds really freaking weird, we though actually open up to be like, interesting point of view that person's showing up that way, and then there's nothing you have to live up to or live down to based on whatever is going on. You could be more in awareness of, oh, well, that's just not going to work for me. I'm going to clear that and choose something else. Like, oh, this person's showing up with this. If you made it significant, it would have a really heavy charge and you go into the resistance of it, rather than, oh, wow, that person is showing up with that. Oh, that reads heavy for me. I'm going to clear that. Now, what am I going to choose? Well, I'm going to let them know that's just not going to work for me, or something like that. Do you see the difference? When we're doing insignificant, we have much more capacity to pick and choose how we show up and how we be, rather than limiting ourselves and our thought, feelings, and emotions that tend to get us nowhere. Do you ever notice that, oh, I'm feeling so bad, or I'm so angry, let's just use this example again, of why this person did this to me? Well, first of all, no one can do anything to us. Second of all, we're now stuck in a feeling, and you're going to keep that feeling going, and then eventually maybe get over it until something else comes in and then has a charge, rather than, wow, everywhere I'm angry about this. In truth, what am I aware of here? There's probably a lie attached. There's something going on. I'm going to clear all of this and clear any significance that I have around it. And what else is possible now? What choices do I have? Can I change this? What would it take to change this? Now we're in a space of making it pragmatic. We are now in the space of being available in a way that allows us to be our being. And I know this sounds really weird. It gets easier, not more difficult, when we're being who we are in a way that's right for us. There's more space available when we're being. From there, you have choice and possibilities. However, you have to choose it rather than just assume it's going to happen. It takes a lot of choice and ongoing awareness to be constantly in a space of clearing stuff out and creating a different possibility. So everything that's showing up for you that's heavy about this, that may make no freaking sense. Hopefully that is happening. Because I think that means actually you're probably picking up on something that's so real and true that will help clear this for you. But anything that won't allow any of this to just lighten up and clear, let's destroy and uncreate it all. Right and wrong, good and bad, pon poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Wow. There's some energy around this. And once we get into it, you can see that I'm going with the flow of it. So when we're going back to this idea of significance, and we clear significance so that we can just be in the awareness of what we desire instead. So it could be like, where, you know, a lot of times we can have pet peeves, you know, where things just get under your skin that someone would do, or something that shows up. That's, again, somewhere where we've made something significant. So you could just say to yourself, and I'm just giving you some ideas here how to navigate this. It's just everywhere I'm making this significant, everywhere this is significant for someone else, I'm going to clear this now. Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, pop, online, shorts, boys, beyonds. Now, when you clear on your own, there's a short version of the clearing technique. It's just pod and pock. It's the center of the clearing statement that you can use. Pod and pock, pod and pock, pod and pock. It's very easy. I use it sometimes too. It's straight to the point. It's easy to remember. Hi, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Here now and in the future. Yay. But so you can use these tools through the week. You know, us coming together, I have so many words at one time. Us coming together, it makes it even more powerful to clear. But you can definitely do this all the time on your own, and making sure your space is more available for you and others to have more ease and possibilities. And this is a space that is not usually really promoted in this reality. In fact, you know, the tools that we use here are not taught in school. They're not out there in a way. If you happen to find them through someone like me, or through, you know, this amazing system of access consciousness, that's really where us energy beings will use them and really receive them. So, but now that you are aware of it, use it. Use the pod and pock. Use the return to sender with consciousness, which is anything that you pick up on from someone else. So who or what does this belong to? Return to sender with consciousness. So it allows things to clear, because we are picking up on so much all the time going on around us. Other people's thoughts, feelings, and emotions, and form, structure, and significance. How much are you aware of that you're in your life that keeps you in a structure, in a form, in a significance? Well, welcome to organized religion, politics, schooling, education, and basically everything. So everywhere you've been stuck in some kind of form, structure, and significance that's keeping you limited from being you, which is the source of everything, along with the universe and God and whatever you believe in outside of you in a higher power space. Let's destroy and uncreate anything that won't allow you to be all of that. Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, pop, online, shorts, boys, and beyonds. We are not meant to be stuck in any kind of structure, form, or significance. And there's such ironic, let's say, I don't know how to describe it exactly, but there's an irony and there's a hypocrisy to a lot of this, where you're like, you notice that one side takes the position, another side, now they've become significant on the side that they're taking, which makes the other side wrong and right, and here we are, basically to everything. So no wonder if you are in a limitation a lot of times based on work or things you see on the news or in your world where other people function more like humans versus, you know, energy beings like humanoids, it can really build up if you're not clearing it. So how much form, structure, and significance have you been using to keep yourself limited, and other points of view are you choosing? So let's destroy and uncreate all that. Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, pop, online, shorts, boys, beyonds. Now, again, the counter to this, the space where you are instead is being. Less is more. You clear this and you go into question, what would I like to, let's say, create right now or be? What would create ease for me? Well, I'm going to go out and take a walk or take a run, or I'm going to do something like this because this reads light for me. And I'm in awareness like, oh, this person's over here saying one thing, they're making it significant. Okay, cool. I'm in allowance of that. And pon pock anything that won't allow me to have ease with this. That's how we function. That's how we stay in a space of being. It's a conscious space where we now have choice. Choice is freedom. Freedom is choice. The space is now. Now is the space. So anything that won't allow all of that, let's destroy and uncreate it all. Right and wrong, good and bad, POD and POC, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Now, let's revisit your week. What is something this week that's been light for you? What's something you can acknowledge about the week that has been light? And what's something you can acknowledge about you that you have yet to acknowledge? So anything that won't allow that, anywhere you're kind of blocked on that, everywhere you may want to make it significant, let's destroy and uncreate it all. Right and wrong, good and bad, POD and POC, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Wow. So I wonder, what else is possible now? Now that things are in a space that you acknowledge, which is really important. Like if we don't acknowledge things, we tend to recreate them until we actually acknowledge them. And let's go ahead and also focus in on what has been heavy for you this week. What has that been about? What does that look like? Who or what does it belong to? Is it yours? Is it someone else's? Is it earth energy? You know, there's lots of things going on with earth. A lot of season changing, a lot of havoc showing up. Is it something else? Like, let's say, an energy that doesn't have a body, like an entity, a work. It could be an actual entity. And any dark energies. Is it something dark? So anywhere and everywhere that this is showing up for you, anywhere you're like, I'm so confused, don't worry about it, let's destroy and uncreate it all. Right, wrong, good, bad, POD, POC, all nine shorts, boys, and beyonds. You know, what I'm so excited of being on this space with you of Free and Clear Fridays is we never know where it's going to go. I sit here and I be here with you, and it's so fascinating to me what can show up and what can clear, and then even now into the future. Because when you watch this even in the moment, if you were to go back and watch it again, you'll probably pick up a whole nother thing from it, because there's so much here that gets brought up to clear. And each time you watch it, you're in a space of acknowledging something else in your world that you have yet to acknowledge, because the thing that you cleared the first time is no longer there most of the time, or something about it has shifted and changed. Because every time we clear it, it's never the same. It's never the same again. And we are actually never the same again all the time. We are a being, we are infinite beings, we are morphing and changing. So no matter what, each time can be a new possibility. So anything that won't allow you to know, be, receive, and perceive what it is that is light for you and heavy for you. Will you destroy and uncreate all that now, please? Right and wrong, good and bad, POD and POC, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Because what we know is consciousness includes everything, the good, the bad, and the ugly. You can be aware of it all and no longer have to suffer in it. It's not necessary in order to get somewhere. You know, my profession really sets us up to have to go back into what am I feeling? What am I thinking? No, we don't have to do that anymore. We can just bring it up like, whew, that's heavy, I'm gonna clear that. Or wow, that's light. And some things are like, I have no freaking idea what this is, but I'm gonna clear it anyway. Like whatever it is, POD and POC. So it's amazing how our time flies. Because we're no longer in time, mostly, you know, we're in this space of being, and that's what's so exciting. Because and I'm just going to recap from what we talked just today on the show, and that form, structure, and significance, when we get that out of the way, which is a major, major thing, and we have more space just to be, there are possibilities there that are now available that weren't before. And it's such a fun place to play. And it's just an ongoing, like, oh, anywhere I'm being significant, anywhere someone else is being significant, everywhere that's driving me crazy, POD and POC. Just keep clearing it, you know, just keep clearing it. All right, amazing beings. So just so you know, there is another podcast showing up on Wednesday, the Dr. Sarah Experience podcast show, which launches a new episode, and the episode is going to be with Andre Lusso, and I'm so excited. It was such an amazing show, and I would love for you guys to check it out, because oh my gosh, Andre and I explored some amazing spaces together, and it's, whew, wow, it blew my mind, to be honest. So check that out on Wednesday. It will launch then. And also, I haven't put this out there in a while. I do have a newsletter you can sign up for. I'm going to put that in the link here too. It's a free newsletter. It keeps you on the up and up of everything that's going on with everything I'm being and doing, and just keeps us connected in that way. So I would love for you to check that out and sign up and be part of it with me. All right, well, I will look forward to seeing you next week at, I believe it's going to be 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And have an amazing week. And always, always remember that I have your back, and that we can take problems and turn them into possibilities, and that together we can create so much more. And I'm so grateful for you. All right, amazing beings, have an amazing week, and I will see you next week. Take care for now.